Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions. The first video we're going to do is Freaky Freddy took his own blood cousin's cheeks in the prison shower. This is crazy. Let's get into it.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
This prison story is about when Freaky Freddy ended up doing the unthinkable with his blood cousin in prison. Now, before we go on with this story, I need for y'all to do me a favor, okay? After this story go off, I need for y'all to go to the comment section, right? At the top of the comment section, okay? I need for y'all to click that link. It's going to take y'all to my brand new page where I tell different type of stories, all right? Go over there, subscribe to the channel, and the new videos is out over there, okay? Also, in the comment section, show me some love, y'all. Let me know where y'all from in the comment section. Put your area code in there, put your zip code, or even put your city or your state, all right? Because Dante could be out there skateboarding, right? And I could be jumping over the Grand Canyon, and I might fall off the skateboard and into a vortex and end up in your city, state, or town, okay? Or even your village. So let me know where you're from, so that way I can lay on your couch until somebody come pick me up, all right? And again, y'all, at the top of the comment section, make sure y'all subscribe to my new channel.
And also make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. For people who have a lot of videos on their liking list, just comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. If you don't have a lot of videos on your liking list, I ask you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification bell. So the only difference is for people who have a lot of videos on their liking list, just comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. For people who don't have a lot of videos on their liking list, I'm asking them to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Let's get back into it.
All right, y'all, let's get to it. So,
never ever sue the driver who crashed into you after a car accident. There's a better way to get compensated that's faster, easy.
We on the yard, right? And I see Freaky Freddy talking to the new guy. Now, this dude was maybe 5'11". He could have even been 6 foot, right? He was a healthy looking dude, maybe about 210, 215, right? So I'm looking at him like, okay, I know Freaky Freddy ain't putting the boot game on him. And for those that don't know the boot game, this is basically Freaky Freddy trying to wine and dine him and possibly physically overpowering him and trying to do something to him later on if he don't get what he wants. Even though that wasn't how Freaky Freddy programmed, but every once in a while he did do that to, you know, weaker inmates. But it's rare that he have done that. So I see the new guy talking to him, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe, you know, Freaky Freddy, because normally I warn people about him, you know, because it's a sad thing to see somebody get caught up or jammed up in a situation, because prison already hard enough. You don't want it even harder with somebody trying to pound on your back. Pause, right? So usually I look out for inmates and let them know the deal, like, yo, hey, this is how this dude is, and if you like that, then it is what it is, right? But I didn't get to this guy yet, right? So I see them hitting the yard, and they walking, and they just laughing and giggling and talking together. So the way, like in prison, you you read people real fast, right? It's like, I don't know, I don't know, it's something like, you can tell, like, Freaky Freddy and a dude, like, knew each other out on the streets, right? So, I'm looking, and I'm like, man, they gotta know each other. They gotta know each other prior to prison, right? So I said, I summoned one of my homeboys to go over there and intercept the conversation, right? Now, I know. A lot of y'all like, oh, Dante, you supposed to mind your business. You need to mind your business in prison. And what is that to you? Why you in their business? Well, let me tell y'all something. Forget what everybody be talking about when they be say, oh, you need to mind your business. Everybody is all on man time and everybody keep it G. No, that's a lie. Everybody is always in everybody else's business. That's why it's always issues. That's why it's always problems. There's dudes that's always hating, jealous, and envious dudes that's always steady plotting and scheming and trying to get over on the next man. So don't nobody mind their business, all right? So I sent my homeboy over there, and he come back like in 2 minutes. And I'm like, what's up? He said, man, that's bruh cousin. I said, that's his cousin. He was like, yeah, man, that's his cousin that's his blood cousin. I said, how you get all that? By 2 minutes. He was like, shoot, they was talking about his auntie and all this and that. And I said, oh, okay, all right. So I just left it alone. So I'm walking past him, and I hear Freaky Freddy telling him, like, yeah, man, I'm definitely getting you in the cell, bro. I'm getting you in the cell, man. Yeah, man, it's really good to see you. And they dapped up and they walked off. And Freaky Freddy went over there by the weight pile and was doing what he do, right? Now, I'm going to tell y'all, Freaky Freddy wasn't over there to lift weights. Freaky Freddy is one of them type of old school prisoners that what he would do, and y'all just have to excuse me, y'all said y'all want the inside of these prison stories and what be going on with these dudes. Well, what Freaky Freddy would do, he'd go over there by the weight pile. He wouldn't be right there, but he'd be right there in eye shot, right? And what he'd do, he'd have his hand in his pants, right? And, well, just...
Freaky Freddy's real name, for people who want to know, his name is Frederick. And that's what I'm going to refer to him as. Frederick is crazy. Okay. Even just, I've heard other stories and all. If y'all really want to hear them, I'm going to bring y'all this one. And then if y'all really want to hear them, I'll bring y'all more of Frederick, as I'm going to call him. Okay. Frederick is crazy. I mean, to be standing by the weight pile while people are lifting weights, and a lot of dudes would get up and, go over to him with that sword of justice to him. But they also knew that, you can make money with Frederick. And that's another reason why Dante didn't really interfere. Because just like Dante has a store, Frederick has a store, which is where a lot of people run a store in prison where you can buy stuff like ramen noodles from them, because the person will buy a whole lot of commissary. So they'll buy a whole lot of ramen noodles, a whole lot of cookies, a whole lot of drinks and pop and things like that. So he not only does he play with the boys, he got business where he got money coming in where other people can benefit from that money. Because like Dante will say, well, I'm going to need you to break me off on some of that money that you're making, and I'll break you off on some of the money that I'm making, or so forth and so forth, to do business, right? So the prison is flowing in money for inmates to have money, even though they're not supposed to be doing that. But where they can do that, where they can, even though they're not following the rules, they're just doing what they want to do, but the fact that that's what they do, right? So that that explains another reason why Dante's like, well, it is what it is. But in a lot of cases, if this was a dude that just didn't have nothing to offer, Frederick makes a lot of money, so they don't want to get rid of him permanently. They just want people would just want him to stop doing this, what he's talking about right now. And obviously not be doing the other thing that he's doing either. But again, that's his business, and if people want to be turned out, well, that's on them. Let's continue.
What he's doing, he's gunning whoever's right there on that bench, meaning he's looking at them and he getting off, right, until somebody catch him and they threaten him, then he walk off.
So again, like I just told y'all, there is dudes that will threaten him and does threaten him, and they won't care about that money stuff because their pride is more important. Some dudes may just beat him up a little bit and then they would move on from the situation. You see what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna beat him up so bad that he goes to the upper room. They're just gonna beat him up bad enough where he'll stop, because they know that he can help them with that money, and people will buy stuff from him, and then a person like Dante could get some of that money if he wanted to get Frederick to split the money with him doing some type of business, or somebody else. It doesn't have to necessarily be Dante, but somebody else that was in the prison with them. Let's continue.
That's what he does. That's how he programmed, and that's just what it is, right? So he went over there, and he got to doing what he was doing till he got finally yelled at and screamed down on, right? And he just walked off. So we end up back in the dormitory, right? And I'm down there playing dominoes with all my homeboys, and we gambling, y'all. When I say we gambling, we are gambling. I got about 20 packs of ramen noodles down there. Man, I got about 15 Mountain Dews. I got a whole stack of honey buns, man.
And you see, like, because I said Dante got a store too, so they both have a store, so they both have a level of some respect for each other. So you learning what I'm telling you already. He's running a store, he running a store, so they both running a business obviously out of the same prison. I know they've been in the same pod before together. I don't know if they're in the same pod at this time. At this time of this story, but they obviously know that they both have a store. And as you see, Dante, he's gambling some of his stuff, because in prison, for people who don't know, when you gamble, because you can have money sent from Cash App to Cash App if a person has a cell phone, or you can have your relatives or whoever out on the street send money to somebody as well, for you to somebody. But another way that they do it is paid through commissary. So where they would use like honey buns. So for instance, not too long ago, I was explaining this to a relative as well too. So even if you buy or even if you gamble, it doesn't matter. And I'm just going to use the buy example for the story's sake and to get it done quickly. You can, if you buy 2 honey buns just to eat because you're hungry, you are going to owe that person 4 honey buns back when you pay them back. So you bought 2, you owe 4, not 2 because you bought 2. You're going to owe them back 4. To give another example, if you buy 3 honey buns, you're not going to give back 3 honey buns. You're going to give back 6. Because, that person, they looked out for you, and that's just how the prison politics work. I recently had to explain that to a relative not too long ago as well, too. But let's get back into it.
hot Cheetos, all that. Listen, y'all, it's Friday, right? And we about to, listen, the deputy that come on, the CO, he real cool. He let us, because usually we got to be locked down at 9 p.m., but he let us rock out to like midnight, right? As long as there ain't no issues, as long as there ain't no drama, as long when he gets done with that count and ain't no issues, we good, right? So we out there, right? We playing tunk, dominoes, all of that, right? So
anyway, I looked into all of these
Advertisement.
names: Ozempic, tirzepatide, semaglutide, whatever, and this one here.
I didn't know the cousin was already moved in Freaky Freddy's cell, right? Now remember, y'all, Freaky Freddy is a store guy too. I'm not the only store guy in this pod. Freaky Freddy is a store guy too, right? So his cousin is in his cell, right? And
okay, so they are in the same pod in this video. Okay, let's continue. I just wanted to, I thought I was right for when I watched this before.
I don't know how he got moved in there that quick. That ain't the issue. The issue is this. The cousin is coming to the gambling spot that I was hosting, right? And he's coming with unlimited commissary, and he's losing. Now, my homeboy Al whispered in my ear, told me like, hey, he's still in Freaky Freddy commissary. Now, I don't know where Freaky Freddy was at. He probably was in his cell sleep, or he was somewhere else doing something that he had no business doing on God's green earth, right? But nevertheless, I'm like, I don't care. Shoot, that's between him and him. Now, it had to be maybe, I probably took maybe, let's just say 60 items from this dude, right? And he was like, man, hold on, I'll be back. And this dude came.
He done already lost 60 items of his cousin's food. And now he about to try to go get some more food and bring it and continue to gamble. Crazy. Let's continue.
With a laundry bag full of commissary. There's about 50, 60 items in there too. He said, let's bet it all on one hand. Now, I said, now listen, okay, so in Tunk, if you hit 49 or 50 off the rip, you win, right? Also, another rule is if you drop and the other person catch you, you got to pay them double. Now, I told him, listen, because cats will do that real quick, you know. I can't tell nobody how to play cards, but, you know, cats are on first hand, they drop it, just bam. And it's like a 60, 70% chance that you could win. But, you know, I told him, okay, listen, we'll do that, but here's the thing. You cannot drop on the first hand, and we're not doing doubles. And he said, all right, bet, cool, whatever. So we play. Bam, 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 right? We like in the 8th hand, and then he dropped, and he wins. So now he got about 100 to 120 items. So he just collected, and he go back to the sale, right? So I'm rubbing my head, because really, I didn't really lose anything. You know, he actually got what he lost anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really tripping. So he go back to his cell, and Freaky Freddy come out the cell, and he just standing there looking at us. So then he walk over there, he like, hey, my cousin was just over here. It was like, wow, what's up? He was like, just tell me, was he over here? And I was like, you go ask him. And he was like, all right. So he goes back to the cell, and he's like, hey, man. So we hear the conversation because he loud, right? He like, hey, I done told you already, man, you just can't be eating up my food, man. This is my business. You can't be doing that. So he like, his cousin like, man, cut it out, man. Man, cut it out before I make you. And it got quiet. So when he said that, we all like, what did he just say? Now, let me tell y'all something. in prison, you don't supposed to play with people. And when I say play with people, because wrestling can turn into a knife stabbing, calling somebody out their name can get your head bust. But what he said, we all was scratching our heads like, what did he just say? Then he said it again. He said, don't make me make you, basically go down on me like we did when we was kids.
What? Did y'all just hear what the cousin said? Don't make me make you, to his other male cousin in prison, go down on me like I did when we was kids. I remember when I first heard this story, because this isn't my first time hearing this story. I was just like baffled. And since hearing it for the first time in a long time again, it's just like the same feeling all over again. Like, what? Let's continue. Crazy.
And we all just looked at each other like, man, what type of freaks this dude on? No, the cousin said, that's right, y'all. Freaky Freddy didn't say that. The cousin said that to Freaky Freddy. So we all looking at each other and we're like, hold on, man, tell me this dude was just playing. But the way he said it, he wasn't, it didn't sound like he was playing. So then,
yes, the cousin said that to Frederick. Frederick did not say that to his cousin. This family got some crazy, crazy issues. But we ain't even got into all that yet. We ain't even gotten to the worst of those issues yet. Let's continue.
And he comes out the cell and everybody just looking at him. And he like, what's up, y'all? Y'all wanna run a couple trade games? Now the trade games was basically you just betting for future trades. Me particularly, if I'm only betting future trades really for the hamburger and Friday. That's it. Other than that, I don't really eat nothing off them trades. Except for the breakfast trays when they give you boiled eggs. I get them and I make the cook up or whatever. But anyway, he come out there and I'm like, no, I'm good. And he just asked everybody like, yo, can I gamble? Can we do trades or whatever the situation is? And he even went so desperate to asking cats like, yo, I'll clean your cell for a week if I lose, right? But nobody wasn't messing with him.
ChatGPT, can I make money online with $0?
Yes, you can. Using a new method called Airbnb co-listing, you can manage.
So he go back to the cell.
Nobody's really messing with him after the comment that he obviously made about him and Frederick, about making Frederick basically perform fellatio on him, which is crazy. Let's continue.
And he go to Freaky Freddy. Well, Freaky Freddy real name is Frederick, right? So he go back to his cousin Frederick and like, hey, let me get a couple items so I can gamble with. I'll get you back. So Freaky Freddy like, yeah, man, go here. So he give him about 10 packs of noodle, and he come right back over there. He get the gambling with it. He loses, right? He goes back to Freaky Freddy and get 10 more, right? Come back, win some, lose some, and he ultimately lose, right? He go back to the cell. Freaky Freddy like, no, I'm cutting you off. I'm gonna cut you off, man. So they're in there arguing, right? And he say it again. So at this point, we like, yeah, man, this dude is weird, man. This dude, like, yeah, this dude is really weird. But hey, that's his cousin. they did what they did when they was younger. It's messed up. Maybe Freaky Freddy like this because of him, you know, doing what they did when they was kids or whatever. But I made it a point, and I told my homeboys, like, hey, y'all, we ain't dealing with this dude. Don't accept no money from him. Don't gamble with him. This dude is a real creepy dude, man. We just stay away from that dude, man. If he tried to bend, just cut him off. And I was just thinking of a reason to smash him off the door, put him on the glass, get him up out of there. Because I'm like, man, I don't know, y'all. It's just one of them things where kids get violated. Even Freaky Freddy. You know, Freaky Freddy, I don't know exactly how old they was when this happened. But, you know, I don't know. I just picture Freaky Freddy being a child, being violated by his cousin. And it just really made me upset. But I didn't have the grounds, you know, to do anything to this man yet, right? So I just say I'm just waiting for an excuse to do something to him. It wasn't me trying to be a vigilante or be Freaky Freddy War Daddy or anything. But I don't know. When I hear about kids being involved, I just get upset. And, hey, it is what it is. So later on that night, you know, after we locked down, they in there arguing. And we all trying to sleep, but it's getting good. The conversation and the argument is really getting good. So Freaky Freddy like, hey, you gonna pay me what you owe me. I don't give a fuck, we family or not, right? Like Freaky Freddy is going off on him. I guess his cousin told him like he ain't paying him nothing. He ain't paying him spit, right? So
the two cousins going back and forth. The cousin is telling Frederick that he's not gonna pay him nothing. Frederick's telling him, you are gonna pay me. So two cousins going back and forth. Let's continue.
They just arguing back and forth. Now they bringing up personal. Now they bringing up the past again. Now they reopening and snatching off the Band-Aid of old trauma and old wounds, right? They put all their family business out. Apparently, the granddaddy, like the whole family is a whole bunch of sexual deviants, right? Like the whole family is messed up, jacked up from the grandfather on down. A whole generation of decades of messed up men in this family, right? So apparently, the granddaddy was touching on all his daughters, right? And then when the daughters would have kids, he would touch on the grandkids, even the boys, right? And you know, he was the type of grandfather that would be at the Thanksgiving dinners, be at the Easter dinners, sitting at the head of the table. The aunties and cousins is telling the other kids that don't go sit on his lap. Don't go around him. He nasty, this nasty grandpa, you know, making a joke out of it, knowing what he has done to multiple people in the family. This is where Freaky Freddy come from. You know, generations of sexual deviancy, right? So we hear them talking.
Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. From grandfather all the way down to the great grandkids. Crazy. Let's continue.
And he brings it back up, and he was like, man, why did you do that to me? This is what Freaky Freddy said. He like, why did you do that to me, man? And he was like, man, you was older than me, like you didn't know. So, we was just blah, 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 which I'm not going to say on, you know, this video because it's too explicit, right? So they just arguing back and forth. And Freaky Freddy was like, listen, man, you going to pay me what you owe me. You going to pay what you owe me. And he was like, hey, man, well, you going to have to get it in blood. Now, when he said that, it don't matter what country you in. Look, let me start that over. When somebody say you going to get it in blood, it don't matter what continent you on, what country you on, what state you in, what city you in, what town you in, what village you in, what community you in.
I have to sell my car.
Again,
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana? Isn't that your car?
Right? When somebody say, man, get it in blood, that means it's about to get violent, it's about to get physical, or somebody might lose their life if the other person don't back down and back down quick. Right? So when he said that, Freaky Freddy was like, get it back in blood. He was like, yeah. He said, all right, say less, say less. I'm assuming Freaky Freddy now just laid down and went to sleep, right? Or about to go to sleep. Because I didn't hear Freaky Freddy no more that night until about 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, Freaky Freddy got the bottom rack and his cousin got the top rack, right? So I'm knocked out. And when I say I'm knocked out, you rarely get to sleep good in prison. But for some reason, I slept good this night, right? Until I heard, man, get off me. Get off me. Man, get off me, man. What is you doing? Get off me, man. What is you doing, man? Get off me. And then it got quiet. Now, when I heard that, I'm like, man, what the... Because I didn't know what cell it was coming from. And it's rare that things like that happens in our pod, right? Normally, if Freaky Freddy is doing something with somebody, you don't really hear it, right? And plus, he usually do that in the daytime away from everybody. But this was different. So now I'm up and I don't hear nothing else again, right? So at the count, fast forward at the count, right? Freaky Freddy go to the shower. And me being nosy, because I didn't see his cousin, me being nosy, because it was on my mind, like, man, what the heck happened? Freaky Freddy goes to the shower, right? And then his cousin come follow him. He come following right in there, right? So I was like, oh, I guess he all right. And then I hear it again. Man, what is you doing, man? Hey, what is you doing? Now, he wasn't screaming and hollering. I was just over there by the shower, right? Waiting to get in the shower because a line done formed, right, to get in the shower.
So Dante is in a line to get in the shower. Frederick and his cousin are both already in the shower, like taking their showers. Let's continue.
Now, they is in there fighting. You can clearly hear them fighting. So all I'm thinking is, oh, they must be fighting because of what happened last night. They got to be fighting because of what the cousin owed him. He said he ain't give him nothing, and I guess he brought up, you know, what happened when they was kids or whatever, and he told them to get in the blood. So I guess they in there fighting, getting in their blood. But then, you know, the bumping and, you know, the punches and stuff turned to something else. Yeah. It went.
So they was in there fighting, but it just changed to something else. Fasten your seatbelts. It's about to get crazy. Because you know you dealing with a crazy family. Let's continue.
From grunting to stop, man, what you doing? Man, what are you doing? And to, man, stop. The person that was saying, man, stop, and start sounding like he was in distress was the cousin. Listen, yo, I don't want to continue this story because You know, and I know a lot of people that be at work be listening to my stories, and, you know, I know y'all want me to drag these stories out, but my spirit don't even feel right even telling y'all this story. So I'm going to have to end it real soon. Long story short, y'all. Freaky Freddy walked out, right? He walked out like nothing happened. He go to his cell. He put his clothes on. I'm next to go into the shower, so I'm like, all right, man, this dude taking up too much time. So I go in. I bust a right, bust a left, and there go the showers. His cousin is right there under the stall, knocked out unconscious, and he's bleeding from you know where. I go to the farthest stall, wash up, and get up out of there. It wasn't my business. It wasn't my concern. Let me tell y'all something. Freaky Freddy, that day on, you know, I looked at him differently. Oh, I didn't feel sorry for him at all. I didn't. I just realized that this man has no bounds. This dude don't care if you family or not.
When my streaming bill hit $180 a month for channels I don't even watch, I didn't get mad.
He only got one thing on his mind. The crazy thing is, I wondered, did Freaky Freddy try to mount him throughout the night when we heard, "Get off me, what you doing, get off me"? Did he try to push up on him then? Freaky Freddy is a super apex predator, like a dog. You know, like dogs, if you breed in dogs, whatever, they would try to mate with their own mother. Freaky Freddy is a dog. Freaky Freddy is an apex predator that know no bounds. I know what y'all thinking. Y'all like, so Dante, what happened with the cousin? Well, he eventually got up, washed off, went to the control booth, and said, "Hey, I fear for my life. Can y'all please get me out of here?" And they told him, "Well, you got to tell us what happened. What? Because they don't know that he was just violated by Freaky Freddy." He was like, "Man, just get me out of here, man, or I'm going to start acting out." So they told him to come on in the control booth. They went up to Freaky Freddy room, packed him out, got him up out of there. Let me tell y'all something. And I shouldn't have to say this, but a lot of you cats gonna end up going to prison anyway. And it is what it is. I thought that, I could save the youth, but nah, in reality, these kids want to go to prison. These kids want to die. And y'all say, "Dante, dang, that's kind of harsh." No, it ain't harsh. Let me tell y'all something. I was at Walmart yesterday, right? Yesterday, me and my wife went to go get some bikes. The whole nine. She got a basket. I got a horn. The whole nine. We went to go buy some bikes, right? To go bike ride. As I'm coming out, there's a black dude in a Tahoe turning, like, in front of me, right? And then there's another black young dude with dreads that's walking kind of on the side of me, but to the left, far left of me. And I heard what he said. He said, what he said, he was like, just give me a excuse to slide. And I was just thinking to myself, like, that's crazy for him to say that. Like, you that in a rush to die? You that in a rush to go to prison? How about you just go to the prison, bust out the guards' windows, and get a cocktail and throw something, blow up a car or something so you can go to prison? You that so messed up in your life, that your life is that so messed up that you want to kill an innocent man just because he's just driving? And the dude that was in the Tahoe didn't cut him off. He wasn't speeding up. He just looked at him and just said, I heard him. He said, just give me a reason to slide. And all I'm thinking is, man, go get a job, man. Go get a damn job. Go finish fucking school. Go get your GED or something. Because you know this nigga ain't graduate. You know what I'm saying? You got all that evil energy, demonic energy. And I get it now. This is why these kids is killing kids. Talking about just give me a reason to slide. Give yourself, if you know what? They say to be a killer, you got to be a killer. To be a killer, you got to kill somebody, right? How about do everybody a favor? And I know this might sound wrong in the mud, but it is what it is, man. These dudes that be just wanting to kill people, whatever, won't you just do the whole world a favor and just go to the bathroom and take your own self out? Spare the world grief because you want to wake up because your life choices got you feeling like you want to take somebody's life. Man, go be productive. Man, go join the army. Talking about this, give me a reason. It's like, go to the army and be all you can be. That really pissed me off, y'all, when I heard him say that. It really did, because dude looked like he was about 16, 17 years old. Just give me a reason to slide. Go slide back in Walmart and fill out a damn application. Anyway, y'all, my bad for that rant, but, man, listen. And I do want to backtrack on one thing.
But yeah, I agree with him. Yeah, he should be there at Walmart filling out an application, not at Walmart telling somebody give me a reason to slide. Crazy. These kids these days is something else. Let's continue.
Out of 100 youth that I speak with, I probably save 2 or 3 of them. And that's what matters, right? As long as you can save 1, 2, or 3 people out of 100 each batch, I guess the work is done. But anyway, y'all, I apologize for my little rant. If you ain't subscribed to my new channel, make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to it. Let me know where y'all from in the comment section. And with that, y'all, I'm out. Give me a call at 1-313-452-8981 if you want me to promote your online business or products or social media channels. Also, if you are watching this video and you didn't get my notification, unsubscribe to the channel, subscribe back to the channel, and hit the all notification button. I drop a new video Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, are you a member of the Dante Show Network? If not, I'm going to have the link pinned at the top of the comment section. Also, when you become a member of the Dante Show Network, I got exclusive videos teaching you on how to become a big, successful YouTuber such as myself. Again, the link to the memberships will be pinned at the top of the comment section. By the way, if you want to send a gift to support the Dante Show Network, send me a text message or give me a call at 1-313-452-8981.
Man, that is absolutely crazy. Make sure you, for people who don't have a lot of videos on their liking list, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. For people who have a lot of videos on their liking list and just maybe not have enough room to add me, just to comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. For people who don't have a lot of videos on their liking list, to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. This whole story here is something else. Let's go back to that first. Frederick is something else. To violate your own cousin intimately is wild. Obviously, they have a whole list of relatives going back to great grandfathers and going all the way down, reaching Frederick and his cousin, and probably even past that, unfortunately. Um, yeah. Um, Frederick and his cousin, um, are both right where they belong, um, in prison. Um, yeah, because they are something else. Um, so what they both need is therapy. Um, is what they really need. Um, I don't even know what else to even to say about this. Like Dante said, this is crazy. He violated his own blood cousin. I mean, that is crazy. His mama's sister's son. All over a disagreement over paying him for items that he let him gamble with. And obviously some serious family stuff because he violated Frederick as a child. And obviously it sounded like they were violating each other as kids. Absolutely crazy. Let me know what you guys think. I'll have the pinned comment at the top of the chat as always, to link back to Dante's video, and in the link in the description as well too. And let me know what y'all think. Drop a comment. Drop some comments. Like I said again, for people who can like the video, if you don't have a lot of like videos on your liking list, to go ahead and add my video and other videos that you like from my channel onto your liking list as well too. And let me know if you want more videos like this, because the algorithm is letting me know that you guys do want more videos like this. So I'm planning to try to get some more out like this. But also I have other videos that I have that I'm also making and also have scheduled that's coming out that are a bit different than this. But the algorithm is saying this is the type of videos that you guys like. So drop comments and let me know. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Yeah, Frederick and his cousin, they got some serious family issues. Peace.